Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again. Real Kenz TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Now, before I get into this evening's stories, if you will, understand that I'm the self-proclaimed Mr. 30 Minutes or Better. Meaning that anytime I bring you a story, it's guaranteed to be 30 minutes or better. So if you're on your way to work, you're at work, you don't feel like being there, as we so often don't. You're on your way home from work, you need to laugh, you need to cry. Perhaps you're trying to lay down and take a nap, or you're trying to go to sleep at night, depending on whatever time you're actually viewing this video. Or you're just in the mood for a good old-fashioned true, keyword being true, penitentiary / life story / life experience. This is the channel for you. If you prefer your 8 to 12 to 15 minute videos, salute to you. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But at Real Kenz TV, it's 30 minutes or better. So with all that being said, there is a message. Actually, there's going to be several messages. I thought that I'd switch it up. I know a lot of times people don't like when I don't show my face. It's late at night, it's dark anyway. So I said, you know what? I want to do something for the people that's traveling those roads tonight. Shout out to all the truck drivers, the medical delivery drivers. I want to do something for all the CNAs, the nurses, the healthcare, doctors that are working at third shift, at graveyard shift. And anybody else that's putting in that time at work, 16-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, 24-hour shifts, 8-hour shifts, it don't even matter. You put your earbuds in and you just need something to kind of take you away. Calgon, take me away. Well, I'm going to be Calgon this evening. As you all know, if you frequent my channel, I've been doing a whole lot of Q&A as of late. People hit me up at my email, realkenztv at Yahoo, realkenztv at Yahoo, and they ask me questions. When they ask me these questions, I try my best to get back with them. Oftentimes, I can't answer every single question. So tonight, I'm going to do more so of a Q&A. I was going to go live, but as I mentioned, it's kind of late. Miss Pat, the enforcer, I'm quite sure she probably has to get up and go to work in the morning, so I didn't want to keep her up, call her, what have you. Miss Pat, I need you. I know she would have done it. Shout out to Miss Pat. Miss Pat Watson, the enforcer, H-Town, in the building. So I'm going to read a few of the questions that people ask me, and I'm going to address them. Y'all just kick back, relax. Although you can't see my face, it's still me. It's still Kenz. I'm still 5'11", although I'm not 5'11", but in my eyes, I'm 5'11". And just relax. Take your mind off work briefly, if you will. Once again, shout out to the truck drivers, man. I know it's the holidays. Christmas time is coming and people are ordering things online, Amazon and things of that nature. And people want to have it, before Christmas or the next day or a couple days later. Well, if it's not for the truck drivers, guess what? These things, it's not going to happen that quickly. I believe truck drivers should get make 3 times the amount that they make right now. Because the world evolves, if you really think about it. The world kind of revolves around truck drivers after dropping them loads, big loads, pause, double pause, triple pause. Matter of fact, that's an infinite pause. But yeah, we're going to get into some of these questions and I'm going to address them. I just picked out, several questions and I'm going to answer them. Say, Real Kenz, it's had to have been recent. What do you think about this Jay-Z situation? Now they're saying that Jay-Z, along with Diddy, raped a 13-year-old back in 2000. What's your opinion on the matter? How do you feel about Diddy? How do you feel about Jay-Z? Who else is next? My thing is this. And if y'all hear some noise, it's raining really, really bad. So, you may hear some noise in the background. I typically try to stay away from those subject matters because you're always gonna have people that get a little perturbed, to say the least, because your opinion is not their opinion, as though you don't have a right to form your own opinion. I did a video on Diddy a couple months ago, and I actually had some people that unsubscribed because they were upset because I had my opinion. See, I never said that Diddy was innocent. I never said that, go Diddy, free Diddy. But what I did say was, in America, we are supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. So if anybody has been charged with anything, not just Diddy, anybody, and you've just been charged, it's an allegation, you should have a right to fight your case from the streets. That was the sole basis of the video that I made. But people would take your words and they'll twist it. Oh man, Real Kenz said that Diddy didn't do it. Diddy's innocent. Listen, I don't know if Diddy's innocent. I don't know if he did it. I wasn't there. The same way you all and those other individuals weren't there. I think that the allegations are horrific. I think that it's sad. I think that where there's smoke, there's fire. But I also see a lot of BS in between. You have a lawyer that puts up an 800 number and says, if you've ever had anything happen to you, I'm paraphrasing, but basically it's saying, 1-800, Diddy. If you ever had any of these things happen to you, then give us a call. Now, at the time, they received well over 3,000 calls. The last time that I didn't look it up, but last time that I knew, it was well over 100 cases that this attorney took. You have all of these individuals coming out from things that allegedly happened all of these years ago. Not to say that they couldn't have happened, because I understand that a lot of times people are afraid to come out. They're afraid, of the ramifications of the backlash that they're going to get from the public. So I get that part. I'm not one of those individuals going to say, well, why'd you wait, 20, 25 years? Diddy is in jail right now. He's fighting his case. He's fighting for his life. You got him charged with sex trafficking. Do I think that he should have been charged with sex trafficking? Absolutely not. I said it. I do not think that Diddy is a sex trafficker. Diddy is an A-list celebrity. He's no better than anybody else. But I don't think that he has to do these things to have sex parties. The fact of the matter is, Hollywood, that's been going on for years. But they're putting it out there as though he's a monster. Now they're saying that kids were involved. The story of Jay-Z and Diddy, allegedly, they took turns on a 13-year-old girl. So the story sounds so horrific. Doesn't necessarily mean it's true, but it doesn't mean that it's not true either. You can't dismiss the if there's a victim, you have to take the victim into consideration. All this is going to do at this point is open the floodgates. You're going to see Jay-Z start to get dropped from different endorsement deals, same way they did Diddy. You're going to start to see other individuals come out. Well, shoot, if she said it, I was around Jay-Z. I was around Rockefeller Records back then. Let me come out and say something. Let me get me a few million. I want some of that money. Then you're going to see another one. Then you're going to see another one. And guess what? Same way it happened with Diddy. You're going to have dudes start to come out. These dudes may not have ever touched a dude ever in life. Then again, they may have. I wasn't there once again. But you're going to have dudes that come out. See, if one person says it, two people say it, okay, you might, be able to sweep that under the rug. But 5, 10 people come out. 5 or 10 people could all be lying. But just to avoid the whole public humiliation, the whole, negative press or what have you, a lot of times dudes, they'll just go on and settle. Here, man, 500,000. Will you take 400,000, 350,000? Sign this disclosure. You can't talk about it. You can't write a book about it. You can't. So I'm saying we're so quick to jump to judgment because it sounds so horrific, and it is horrific if it's true. 2000, this is 2024, about to be 2025. See Diddy paying out all this money. Now all of a sudden, everybody else wants to come out. I don't know. That's my opinion. As I mentioned, I do think that Diddy should be able to get out on bond. The individual that owned Abercrombie and Fitch, what is it called? Y'all jump in the comments and let me know. I think it's Abercrombie and Fitch. I think that's the correct pronunciation. Abercrombie and Fitch. I didn't shop there when I was younger. We ain't had no money to shop at expensive store. And when I was a kid, I seen it in the mall. He's out on a bond. Wonder why. But make no mistake about it, Diddy didn't help his case. You know, Diddy, he has to be an individual that's very difficult to work with. Not to pass judgment on anybody, but he has to be an individual, because I'm sure his lawyers are telling him, hey, dude, shut the fuck up. But how you going to tell somebody to shut up that's worth $800 million? You can, and he should listen, but Diddy wants to do things his way. He's getting on the phone, acting as though the people don't understand what he's saying. Throw away the pizza boxes. You saying these things to your son, you're going to get your sons implicated and charged for obstructing justice. This is a federal charge, a very serious federal investigation going on, ongoing investigation. Now you mad because Jay-Z won't pick up the phone? Well, now we see why. Jay-Z ain't trying to be nowhere around any of this. Unlike Diddy, Jay-Z's probably, made sure that everything's out of his house, no tapes, no anything. I guess Diddy was so arrogant to where he just thought the people weren't going to come for him. The situation that happened here, and you all can Google it. It was many years ago, maybe 15 years ago. And there was a gentleman named Ronald Berry. Google it. He ran an organization that was called Micro City Government. Basically, it was for kids. Their parents, they lived in the ghettos, and their parents didn't really make a whole lot of money. So these kids would have jobs in the summertime, keep them off the streets, and they'd make money. They'd make money in the summertime. Work in the parks, rec aids, handing out the free lunch to the kids in the neighborhood. Ron Berry did that for many years. Apparently, some things happened with the city, and they ended up coming in shutting down Micro City. They shut down Micro City. Now all these kids that was depending on that money for the summer to get them some school clothes and shoes and things of that nature, now they don't have a job. Now they can't make any money. All of a sudden, all these years, these allegations start to fumigate. Eventually, Ron Berry is charged with, I want to say, sex abuse, multiple kids. He denies the charges. Now, Ron Berry's a gay man. So they were saying that he was doing those type of acts to kids. Touching them, inappropriate conversation. As I mentioned, Ron Berry, he denied it to the fullest. He goes to trial. He gets found guilty. 3 years. Registered sex offender. Send him to the pen. Once that happened, the floodgates opened. Individuals started to sue the city. A lot of people was getting $80,000 checks, $80,000, $160,000 settlements. I personally know several dudes that just jumped on the lawsuit that worked at Micro City. And they was like, man, Ron ain't never do nothing to me, but shoot, man, I'm about to get me 80,000. I'm about to get me 160,000. So you have people just coming in, jumping in on the lawsuits just to get that money. And they were admitting to the people outside of the court Man, Ron ain't never do nothing to me. See, for that money, people will say and do anything. That's why I'm very, very reluctant at times to just believe something just because someone said it. Because that doesn't make it true just because an individual comes with an allegation. Once again, not to say that it's not true, but anybody can say anything, especially when they know that it's a lot of money, potentially millions of dollars at stake, to go in there and cry and make some fake tears and yeah. Ron Berry, like I said, ended up getting 3 years in the system, in the state pen, and a lot of people got paid $80,000. You seen dudes with new Cadillacs, you seen dudes with new whips, new everything, new jewelry or whatever. And people would say, man, he got that Ron Berry money. So it's just a prime example of why I'm a little apprehensive about believing things simply because somebody just comes out and they say it. Next question somebody asked me. Real Kenz, what you think about the little situation, the circus actually, that Dante from the Dante Show Network has going on his channel? For you all that are not privy to this information, which a lot of you all know already watch Dante, shout out to Dante. There's an individual named Mark. I don't even remember his last name. Y'all have to go to Dante's channel and watch it. This individual named Mark, and years ago, right around the time, I want to say when the Fleece Johnson a documentary came out, he had his own documentary. He was a prisoner in Alabama. And supposedly, Mark was a booty bandit. He got on national TV. And again, I haven't watched the documentary. Wasn't really, I don't know. I just didn't really have an interest in watching. I may go back and watch it and revisit the subject later. But from what I know, he went on national television, as I mentioned, and admitted to being a booty bandit. This is what I do. I take it. Years later, Mark is out of prison. He served 19 years in the Alabama Department of Corrections. He's a member of Dante's, I'm not sure exactly what they have going on over there, and it's not my business. I think it's one of those things to where, like a Big Lee over at Hustler Spirit 502, shout out to Hustler Spirit 502, and shout out to Fleece Johnson and Big Lee. I think it's one of those situations to where how Big Lee interviews Fleece Johnson on a regular basis. It appears as though Dante has his own Fleece Johnson that he's interviewing on a regular basis, and it's his guy Mark. Mark seemed like a cool dude, well-spoken, mannerable. I watched a couple of his videos. I'm not going to speak down on him, nor will I speak down on anyone else. Mark said he just did that because basically they told him, if you do this documentary, we'll put a good word in for you, and perhaps you'll get out of prison one day. Supposedly Mark was a blood. He went to his brothers, his organization, say, look, brothers, this is what they told me. Is this okay? Can I do this? Mark goes on to say that the brothers was like, yeah, go ahead. If it's going to help you, go ahead. Several years later at this point, Mark is, like I said, he's saying that it was all fabricated. None of it was true. He didn't do any of those things. He likes women. He was never with a dude while he was locked up for 19 years, which is believable. You don't have to be with anybody just because you've been locked up for 19 years. I know a lot of people that's done it. And so Dante is trying to help him get the message out that he didn't do these horrific things. He's had several people come on Dante's show. They had like a little panel. And you got some guys that were locked up with him in the Alabama Department of Corrections. And they're all vouching for him. They say he didn't do these things. They never knew of him to do them. My thing is this, and again, I'm not going to put anybody down. I'm just giving an answer to the question that I was asked. I don't know any grown man, any straight grown man that's going to get on national TV and say that he's sleeping with other men, forcing other men to sleep with him, but it not be true. I don't care how much time they say they're going to shave off my sentence or how many words of recommendations and letters and things of that nature. I'm never going to do that. But that's just me. If Mark really wasn't doing those things, they could have went and got a real booty bandit. Why would they choose you? They could have gotten the people that's really, really about that life. Why would they choose you? Fleece Johnson was on the panel the other day with Mark, and he was basically asking him the same questions that I'm posing. Why would you say these things? If you didn't do it, why would you? Why? Again, it's not my business. I really don't care what the man did. I wish him nothing but love and you know, pause though, success with what he's doing with his YouTube channel. I have nothing to do with what he has going on. So y'all go check that documentary out, and you can kind of form your own opinion. I think his name is Lamarck, I believe. But it's all over the Dante Show Network. So all you got to do is just go to his channel, and you'll instantaneously see it pop up. I'll never say anything bad about Dante. Dante helped me get my channel off the ground. It was already off the ground, but he really helped me to get it out there. So you'll never, ever hear me say anything bad about Dante. We can fall out tomorrow, and I'm never going to say anything bad about him or anyone else, especially somebody that's helped me. Next question. Kenz, what's going on with you and Banky Pound? I've been watching Banky Pound for a while now, and he doesn't talk about anybody else, let alone you. I don't even think he knows who you are, and I feel as though you're using Banky Pound's name for clout, respectfully. Well, you have a right to your opinion. I don't fault you for that. I don't have any problem. See, the thing about me is this. I don't need yes people around me. I need people to give me their honest opinion. Hey, Kenz, I rock with you, but I'm not feeling this. Hey, Kenz, I'm rocking with you, but I think you might be blowing smoke a little bit. I'm cool with that. I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to cuss you out or anything like that. I respect it. There is no situation with me and Banky Pound. I don't know Banky Pound. Banky Pound doesn't know me. I said it on the video, gave him the utmost respect a couple days ago, but then you still have people that jump in the comments. Come on, man, that's my man Banky Pound, man. It's TBP, we all we got. TBP, you didn't build this shit on your own. I built this shit. My thing is this. Somebody got back with me, and they told me that in my comments, it was two people. They said, hey, I was watching Banky Pound's Morning Mud or whatever he does in the morning, and he threw a couple shots at you. I'm like, Banky Pound, why would he throw shots at me? I haven't said, I don't know him. We've never interacted. Why would he throw shots at me? I've never thrown a shot at him. I caught one of his lives, sent him a few dollars, nothing major, $15, $20, whatever it was, $10, I don't even remember. And I asked him a question to where the question was highlighted. Actually, I didn't ask him a question. I was basically like, hey, Banky, this is real Kenz. I know you don't know who I am, but not even sure if this is even true, but I've never said anything about you. I have nothing but the utmost respect for you. I was raised better than that. I would never take a shot at you nor anyone else. I'm not going to say anything to you out here on the streets behind a phone or a keyboard that I wouldn't say to you in prison. And I definitely wouldn't have said nothing to you in prison. That's exactly what I said to him. Much love, nothing but respect to you. And I'm a fan of what you're doing. I don't really watch his channel much, but I'm a fan of what he's doing. He's an individual that was locked up way longer than me, 33 years. I was locked up for 10 years. I'm a fan of an individual that gets out and changed their life, and he's doing a great job over there. I'm thinking that it had to stem from, I was telling a story one day about how I was talking to Dante, and Dante was like, look, man, sometimes in this game, you got to go after the people at the top. Right now, Banky Pound's at the top. Here's some things that you could say about Banky Pound. You see what I'm saying? But I didn't do it. My integrity wouldn't allow me to do it. So I was telling that story one day, and I guess somebody got it twisted or trying to instigate, I don't know, and went back and said something to Banky like, man, this guy Real Kenz over here, he's saying this, he's saying that. And so when Banky read the statement that I made, he was like, yeah, Real Kenz, man, it was brought to me that you were saying this and you were saying that, but I don't get into all of that. That's what he said on his live. I don't get into all that. Hit me up on my Instagram and just holler at me on my Instagram. And then he went on with his show. No big deal. I hit him up on his Instagram. Kind of said the same thing that I had already said. Look, Banky, man, I don't know where the miscommunication is, man. I'm striving to be like you as far as, with the numbers. But I'm trying to do it the right way. I'm not trying to work my way to the top by trying to push somebody else down in the mud. Although I couldn't do that anyway. I just let it be known I was raised better than that, man. My elders, I don't say stuff about people. He never responded. Never even acknowledged that I sent him a message. Again, that's fine. You don't have to, no one owes me anything. He doesn't know me. He's not obligated to send me a message and reply back. But see, there I go with my entitlement. Because if it was me, see, I'm a different type of individual. And it's not to say that he's not, because perhaps he just hasn't had an opportunity yet. Perhaps he meant to, but he has so much going on, he didn't, I don't know. But see, an individual like me, when I see somebody that's trying to come up in this YouTube game, I reach back. No problem, bro. Miscommunication, man. Let's do a live together sometime. Let me shout your channel out for you. Maybe help you get your views up. It's all good, bro. I'm going to watch a couple of his videos. I like what you're doing, man. Subscribe to their channel. None of that. As an individual that I would look to as a sort of a big brother in this game, again, I don't know him, but as a big brother in this game, it seemed like he would have done those things. But again, he's not obligated to do those things. Any of those things. So that's just my take on the whole Banky Pound. Shout out to Banky Pound. Team Banky Pound. Never disrespected. Never will disrespect. I do have an opinion on the matter. I don't know who's going back saying that I said this and saying that I said that, but I definitely didn't. And again, I never will. Just not my style. When my channel really blows up, I want it to blow up organically. Not because people are tuning in to for what do you call it? A controversy or gossip. That's why I rarely even talk about other individuals, because I don't want to get caught up in the whole gossiping thing. Again, it's just not my style. It's not my stilo. Once again, shout out to Banky Pound, man. Real Kenz, have you had a chance to talk to Jay Williams since he's been home? He shouted you out in one of his lives a little while ago. No, I haven't. I haven't talked to Jay Williams. Text a couple times. He called me one morning. And, Jay gets up early. He takes his kids to school. And he called me one morning and I was still asleep. I woke up maybe, 30 minutes later. Got myself together, brushed my teeth, washed my face, all those things. Gave him a call back, and That was during the time to where he said his whole household was sick. And he was taking his little boy to school at the time when he was calling me. So he had gotten back home and he had his little girl, Bella. And he was like, we're about to lay down. And I'm going to give you a call later on when I'm on my way to, pick my son up from school. I never heard back from him, but, Jay's busy, man. He's busy being a full-time father. I would imagine that, the things that he's trying to do, he's trying to get back into his tattooing and, just reacclimate it, back into society, back into life. So, when the time comes for us to conversate, I'm sure that we will. Shout out to Jay Williams, man. I wholeheartedly understand. Just busy. Real Kenz. Have you ever made friends in prison with somebody? And if so, are you all still cool to this day? Yeah. I got a couple people that I've made friends with in prison. Luckily for me, I really made some genuine friends. Now, all my friends are not guys that I did time with. But I do have a couple buddies that I did time with. I told a story because you really have to be mindful that when you meet somebody in prison, oftentimes that's their representative. Oftentimes, this is not the individual who you really think that they are. Just because they cool with you in prison or they break bread, man, you need something, man, just holler at me, man. You need a noodle or something, you need a burger, just holler at me. And y'all kick it. Y'all walk the track, drinking your triples. I got a triple right now. Well, actually, I got a triple, but I set that down to the side and got me a cup of ice with some Gatorade in it. That's what I'm sipping on. So if y'all could see me, guess what I would say? Where you chiming in from? I'm chiming in from Lexington, Kentucky. Y'all jump in the comments and let me know where you chiming in from. Rock with me. Love me some Gatorade. So you meet an individual in prison and everything appears, you all programmed together. That's what you call it, program. Just basically do time together. Y'all might both like basketball, betting on games, playing chess, playing poker, just talking, just kicking it. And all along, this individual could be plotting on you. Not to say that everybody does this, but I've seen it. Told a story. I'm probably going to go back and retell this story because it was a while ago. And I didn't have the amount of people that frequent my channel. I didn't have the amount that, watch my channel now. This individual, they got cool in prison. One of the dudes, he was like a main plug. He was like really that, he was the plug on the streets. The other dude, I don't even remember what names that I used. The dude befriended him, and the plug ended up getting out first. The other guy eventually got out, let's just say, a year or so later. Plug's already back on his feet. He got everything rolling. He got everything. He's running it up. Go get the money. Go get the money. Go get the money. He's getting that bread. When dude gets out, I don't want to keep referring to him as dude, so we'll just call him Dave. It's not the name that I used initially in the video, but we'll just call him Dave. Because I'm never going to use real people's names. I rarely use real people's names. Dave gets out. He goes and hollers at the plug. The plug puts him in it. Gives him a pack. This is on me. You don't even owe me nothing. Get your money. Dave comes up off that pack that he gives him. I think he gave him like a whole ounce. He makes a couple grand on that ounce. And he comes back. He got money to buy his own. The plug is still looking out for him because it's so plentiful for him when he gets it. He can afford to give Dave a whole lot of room. Giving somebody room basically just means I'm giving you more than I'd give anybody else. I'm giving you room to make more money, and you only owe me this small amount back. Did that for him for a couple times. So Dave could really, really stack his money. A couple months, now he's going, he's buying a lot more. Give me a couple ounces. Now he's buying 4 ounces. You see what I'm saying? Now he's buying 8 ounces. So the amount that he was buying from the plug, it kept going up. Dave was one of those smart type dudes, man. He didn't, he had nice clothes and stuff like that. He gonna get him a car. He gonna get him, but he would save his money too. He didn't just do silly things like gamble and go in a strip club and make it rain. And nah, he got some stuff. He got some nice stuff, but he's stacking his bread. This whole thing went on for about a year. The relationship, there was a bond, there was a friendship between the two. The plug really, really trusted him. All along, the money that Dave is getting, instead of him being, thankful and grateful that he's right there, able to go directly to the plug, he doesn't have to go to an individual that's going to go to the plug. He can go straight to the plug. The plug give him anything. He's plotting on dude. One night he goes to the plug's house. He tells the plug, hey, I'm ready for a larger order. A much larger order than normal. I've been stacking my money up. The plug didn't think anything of it. After all, this is my dude. I did time with him for the last year. He been copping from me. It ain't been no problems. It's been all love. We done kicked it a couple times. It's all beautiful. This particular night, the plug had some people visiting from out of town. Had a couple of his friends. I think one of them might even been a relative. 3 or 4 people visiting him. When Dave comes in, he got bad intentions. He doesn't know that these people are visiting the plug. He comes in, the plug gets everything ready, gives it to him. When it's time for Dave to give him the money, man, you know what it is. Pulls that thing out, pulls that hammer out. Bro, this is for us, bro. Man, you know what it is. I guess they get to going back and forth or whatever. Bow, bow, bow. Dave offs the plug. As I mentioned, it's 3, I want to say it was 3 other individuals that were there that night. They all see his face. They can all identify him. So guess what he does? He offs them just as well. He offs them, grabs whatever he can grab, leaves out of the house. A couple days later, I don't even know if it was a couple days later. Might have been that night or the next day. He's arrested. Neighbors seen him. It's always somebody watching. There's always cameras somewhere. That's what I try to preach. Not necessarily preach, but I try to get these youngsters to understand that. You think that you're getting away with something, but you're really not. It's always somebody watching. They figure out that it was him. Police come and get him. Interrogate him. I don't know what y'all talking about, man. It wasn't me. I don't know nothing. They charge him. He goes to trial. Typically, a charge like that, you might sit in the county jail for 3, 4, 5 years fighting a case like that. Not sure if he filed a motion for a speedy trial. I'm not sure about a year later. He goes to trial. They knock his head off. They give him a life sentence. I always think about stuff like that happening because I've known situations like that, not quite as tragic, but it could have ended tragically just like that. I've seen dudes that'll just get up under you if you have something to offer when you get out. I've seen dudes, be in a cell or be, in a dorm with you. And when you gone, they'll grab your mail and get your address. Try to holler at your girl. Try to call your girl. Write your girl. Man, you see all type of dirt in the penitentiary. It's a dog-eat-dog world. So while everybody's not like that, you do have to definitely be mindful of a situation like that. Because it happens. And people, they know that you have something. They watching you. When your people pull up on visit and they getting out of that nice truck and they see you go to the commissary all the time, they watching you, man. And any opportunity that they get, anytime that you slip up, guess what? They're going to be there. Real Kenz, why do so many prison content creators tell stories about booty bandits? I don't get it. Well, I can't speak for other content creators, but I will say it's part of prison. I mean, it's I wish that I had a nicer answer that I could give you, but it's part of prison. They do exist. The days of them just actually coming up to you, just taking it, I don't know about that really happening as much these days because there's more security, there's more cameras. You got inmates that a lot of times they're not even going to allow that to happen. Nah, come on, man. This ain't going down. I just told a story the other day. I believe it was part 3. I want to say it was part 3 of the, what did I title that? Should you stay with your man if he goes to prison? I think that's what it was. And the individual was a booty bandit. And being that he was a booty bandit, he was trying to take advantage of young Marcus. Actually, I take that back. Let's rewind. Because it wasn't titled, Should You Stay With Your Man If He Goes to Prison, Part 3. But you all be sure to check that video out if you haven't seen Part 1, Part 2, or Part 3. The video that I'm referring to is the last video that I put out, which I want to say was on Saturday. Had something to do with a booty bandit. I don't even remember what it was titled. But as I was saying, you had a booty bandit that was trying to take advantage of a young kid, Marcus, 19, 20 years old. Actually, he was about 20, 21. And he was in the shower. The booty bandit had been watching him, Big Swole. That was his name, Big Swole. Big Swole was about 6'3", 225, 230, dark-skinned dude. Bald fade. 2 golds at the bottom. Again, he was 6'3", not 5'11". I know how you all are. He was 6'3". Had been locked up 12, 13 years. He was about 30, 32, 33. Been in the system his whole life. Juvenile, adulthood, been in the system his whole life. And he was trying to take young Marcus. First time in. Ain't never even had a speeding ticket. Marcus got caught up in a robbery out on the streets and was doing 10 years, in which he had to do 85% of that time. He had about 2 years in at the time, 2.5 years in. First couple weeks, Big Swole watched him, made sure, see who he was hanging with, how many times he goes to the commissary, how much he's on the phone. Because see, if you're on the phone all the time, you go to commissary all the time, you got some money somewhere. Somebody's sending you some money. He noticed that Marcus was a loner. Nobody was around him. So he tried to take him in the shower. When he tried to take him in the shower, the dude that I grew up with, Tez, he's about 6'2", 6'3", but he only weighs about 160, 170. But Tez known to have hands. Caramel complected dude, low haircut like Tez, the bald fade. He came in and he stopped it. Nah, bro, this ain't going down, man. I ain't letting you. They not even from the same area, the same city. But just the fact that he tried to do that, this ain't going down. Created a beef on the yard, and the two of them would eventually collide head to head. Tez and Big Swole. Y'all go check that video out if you haven't seen it. So when people talk about these booty bandits, your Fleece Johnsons back in the day, your Big Swoles. I got a video, Big Rufus. Go check that video out. Big Rufus. Big Rufus was not a joke. Big Rufus was one of those individuals. He like them young white boys. They come in. Hey, how you doing, man? My name is Rufus. My name is Big Rufus. If you need anything, I know how it is when you first come in. If you need something, if you need some zooms and whams and honey buns and cakes and sodas, Fagos, and whatever you need, I got you. Big Rufus. Big Rufus. You starving. Your money hadn't, hit yet. Or you got to wait until commissary day, because it used to be you could only go to the commissary once a week. Now it's pretty much every day. Then you had to wait for a money order to come. Then when a money order comes, you done told your people 10 times it has to be from the post office. It's from Speedway somewhere. So now they got to send the money order back. Then once it arrives back, they got to go and get the right money order and send it. So it might be 3 weeks before you get to go to the store. That's how it used to be back in the day. So you go to Big Rufus, the store man. You may have went and got $10, $12, $15 from Big Rufus. You know that you're going to have to pay taxes on it. You get $15, you probably going to pay $25, $30 back. Your money finally comes. You go to the store. You all excited. You go in Big Rufus to sell. Big Rufus. It's me, man. Big Rufus. Hey, how you doing, youngster? Come on in. That's how he gets you. Come on in. You go into the sale. You're not thinking anything of it. Big Rufus is a monster. Big Rufus is man, lifting 500 pounds, squatting 500, deadlifting 600, 700 pounds. Been locked up for, man, 20 years straight. Look like he been lifting transmissions and engines the whole time he been locked up. Cut to death. Not really that tall. Big Rufus might have been 5'11". Seriously. Legs is all big. Forearms is huge. Dude is a monster. But he's soft-spoken. Yeah, Big Rufus. Come on in, come on in. Like I said, you go into a sale, you grabbing everything, you putting it on his bed. Here you go, Big Rufus. Here go your, I got your noodles. I got your Faygo. Faygos are sodas. I got your Faygos. Here go your chips. Here go your honey buns. Your Zoom Zooms, your Wham Whams. Oh, I even got you some extra cakes. I know you like to eat those cakes. Here go your cakes. Thanks, Big Rufus, man. If I need you again, man, I'm going to always come back and see you, man. We do good business. Ho, now. Hold on. Yeah, what's going on, Big Rufus? I got you everything. I even threw in a little extra. What's going on? I get the wrong thing? Well, Big Rufus, Big Rufus did want his cakes. Here they go right here, Big Rufus. Nah, them ain't the type of cakes that I was talking about. Ho, Big Rufus. Bro, I don't know what you take me as, but I'm not with that. Oh, you with it? Then next thing you know, you got to go for what you know. You better run out of there, or you better have a shank on you, or you better, because Big Rufus, he want them cakes. These ain't the type of cakes Big Rufus wanted. Penitentiary, man. Y'all youngsters better stay out of there. No guns in there. This ain't TV. Dudes ain't just walking around with ice picks and shanks on them. It used to be if you got caught with a shank, man, you might get prosecuted depending on, I know back in the day, I don't know about now, but you're going to get some serious hold time. And that's cool if it comes to, protecting yourself and protecting your manhood. But see, now in prison, they have what's called PREA, the PR word Elimination Act. PREA, the PR word Elimination Act. And basically how that works is you can pick up that phone, that blue box. They call it the devil's box in prison. Because anytime you get on that phone, a lot of times it ain't going to be good. Especially if you call and you can't reach your girl, or she tells you that it's over with, or, a dude picks up the phone. You call your girl and another man picks up the phone. Yeah, what's up, man? I'm here now. You old news. It's me. What? Put my girl on the phone. So they call it the devil's box. And there's a code that you can type in. And you type in the code, and you can anonymously report that you've been, that you're in danger, or that someone has done something to you. And they'll get you out of there, and then they come in for that individual that did these things to you. So it's called PREA. But back in the day, they didn't have all of that. It was... They didn't have anything of the sorts. Real Kenz, could you tell us the story about Mr. Google Me again? Well, I'm not going to tell the whole story, but I will tell you all this. And I'm sure that, I'm not sure how many people actually had a chance to watch that video, but there was a dude, and I called him Angry Man. I referred to him as Angry Man. This dude was a white dude, bald head dude, kind of swole. He was about 5'9". And he would just be angry all the time, and I never knew why. I guess it was just one of his flaws that he had. His girl sent him $150 every single week. He never had to go to the chow hall. Had a TV, CD player, MP3 player, rather. Had everything. He was penitentiary rich. That's what you call it, penitentiary rich. Had everything that he wanted. We was at a camp, open dorm. It's about 50 of us in a dorm. And when he first came in, he was kind of quiet. He didn't really say much. But as he got more and more comfortable, you started to see the angriness coming out of him. He would get mad, just bloop out on the whole dorm. I'm going to tell y'all about me. Y'all think I'm some punk. Now, he's talking directly at an individual. The couple times I seen him bloop out. But yet he would put it in the air. Anybody in here can get it. First couple times, man, people just kind of ignored him. Kind of laughed. You know, He would stay on the phone. Stay arguing with his girl on the phone. Mr. Angry Man came in one day, and I think he felt as though people were being loud at his rack, at his bed area. His bed area was right there by the door when you first came into the dorm, and the phones were right there too, and the bathrooms were right there. So it's always kind of light in his face. It's people making noises. He's getting into it with people, and like I said, he'll bloop out on the dorm. Anybody can get me. Google me. All you got to do is Google me, and you'll find out while I'm in here. Mind you, we're at a camp. Now, I've seen some things go down at a camp. Don't get it misconstrued. You got gorillas that maybe they didn't get caught up for anything violent on the street, so they're at a camp. Or perhaps they started behind the fence with the lions, tigers, bears, goons, gorillas, and, hyenas. They stayed out of trouble and worked their custody level down and got to a camp. Camp is just a minimum security prison, no fence, lower level inmates. So you can literally just walk off. I wouldn't advise it, but you can literally just walk off. Google me. Heard him say it a couple times. So one day he's on the phone and something happened between him and an individual named Mel. Mel's from Cincinnati. Shout out to Mel if you happen to see any of my videos or actually listening to this by chance. Mel was a young black dude, dark-skinned dude. Mel was about 6'4". They called him Meek Mill. Looked just like Meek Mill. If y'all not familiar with Meek Mill, he's a rapper. You can Google him. Mel probably weighed about 180, 185. He'd been hitting the weights or whatever. Mel was just a laid-back dude, man. They got into it over something. I think it was over the phone. Because Mel liked to get on the phone too. His people love him, and there's only 2 phones in the dorm, 50 people. Angry Man, he would get on the phone and then want to call right back. And that's cool. It's cool to ride, I'm going to ride right back, bro. Is that cool? That's typically, just for courtesy. If you want to call right back, I'm going to ride right back. Is that cool? Angry Man tried to call back like a 3rd time. Him and I had bumped heads over that because he tried to do that to me probably 2 weeks prior to this happening. And I told him, bro, I need to use that phone, man. You done already been on the phone 3 times straight, man. Ain't nobody say nothing, man. When y'all on the phone at night, hey, I don't be on the phone late at night. So him and I, we had words or whatever, but he came back. He was like, hey, bro, I'm sorry, man. I apologize. I was just, I was going through some things that day. I apologize. No problem, man. See, one thing about me, if an individual shows humility, if an individual comes and admits his mistakes the same way I'll do, I look at him in a whole new light. I respect him. A lot of people can't even say that they're sorry. A lot of people can't apologize to you. But he did so. Everything was all good. We shook hands or whatever. It was over with. I ain't want no beef. I was close to going home. I ain't want no problems. Mel's like, come on, bruh. Mel's kind of, come on, bruh. For real, man. You gonna just ride? I told you I need to get on the phone, bruh. Angry Man. Man, I'm on the phone. I'm talking to my girl. I'm gonna get off the phone when I get off the phone. Y'all ride the phone all night. Phone on the weekends cut off at like 12, sometimes 1. Depends on who's in the booth that controls the phones, clicking off at night. Bro, I don't ride the phone all night, bro. I need to use the phone. I told you I get off the phone when I get off the phone. Male's laughing. He goes to his bed area. It's an open door. Puts his shoes on. He goes up to Angry Man. Angry Man's sitting in the chair, talking on the phone, and he got a plate of nachos, like a bowl of nachos. He got the chili, the cheese, the jalapeno peppers, the anything that you can imagine. Man, look powerful. Had his little drink by the chair. Male goes up to him. Hey, bruh, get in this bathroom, man. See, when you call somebody out to the bathroom, that means there ain't nothing else to talk about. Get on in this bathroom. It's going to go down. Bathroom's a nice size. You get 4 or 5 toilets, 4 or 5 sinks. You got your showers or whatever. It's an open space, open area. Man, ain't nobody going to go in the bathroom with you, man. I told you, man, I'm talking on the phone right now. Male's still kind of chuckling a little bit, laughing like, for real. Male done went in the bathroom. Dude don't come in the bathroom. He comes back out. Bro, I'm going to ask you one more time, man. Let's go on and get in this bathroom, man. You know, we want to find out what you're about, man. Get on in this bathroom. Dude's just running it. Angry Man's just sitting on the phone, just running it. Then he's telling this girl, man, they're going to make me beat somebody to death in here. That old dumb penitentiary talk. They're going to make me beat somebody to death. Keep playing with me. Keep playing with me. And I'm going to show them exactly why I was in here. Beep, bop, boop, 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 bop, bop. Got hit about 5 times. All you seen was nachos fly in the air. Nacho cheese. Chili on the wall. The phone receiver's hanging down. You see Angry Man's feet in the air. Knocks him out of the chair. He's on his back. He's on his back. He got nacho paraphernalia, if you will, all over him. Male's laughing. Male's standing over top of him. He was like, come on, man, what's up? So Angry Man was like, oh, man, you snuck me. He was like, I ain't sneak you. What's up, man? Male could have went on and stomped him all the way out. Angry Man gets up, runs to the door. Remember I told you the phones are close to the door. Now, in these dorms, everything is glass. Like the side walls, it's regular, I think it's brick. But the front doors, when you first come in, is glass. You can see the guard in the guard's tower because the guard's tower is glass. And they can see in the dorms. It's like 4 dorms. It's one dorm, but it's like 4 bays. When I say bay, you got A, B, C, and D. Holds 50 people in each one. So I guess the CO that was working that day, he didn't actually see what happened. The door's open. They're not locked, so you can come in and leave as you please. He's yelling, he hit me. He hit me. He goes into the guard's tower. He's pointing. That man right there. He assaulted me. That man right there. He's pointing. Male just goes to his bed area. He goes on and starts to pack his stuff up. He already know that he's going to the hoe. Everybody's laughing. He was like, man, he kept telling everybody to Google him, so I Googled him. So yeah, Angry Man, we start referring to him as a Google me. Male ended up getting shipped off to the penitentiary. Mr. Google me went to the hoe for a little bit, but they looked at the cameras and seen he was the one that got assaulted. So they let him out. Supposedly, he wanted to press charges on Male. But I'm not sure exactly what happened. But I know that there was a situation to where, man, we laughed so hard. I typically don't even laugh at stuff like that. But dude would just talk so reckless. It was only a matter of time before somebody really, really tried him. Like, okay, dude, talk tough. Sound like he really about that action. Man, that dude didn't throw a punch. Got up and literally ran. Mr. Google me. That's what we referred to him as, man. So if you about that action, or if you not about that action, rather, I'd advise you strongly to keep your mouth shut. Because somebody's definitely going to try you. See, sometimes, people get it misconstrued, as I said, at a camp. You can't get it twisted. Told a story several months ago about a situation with a cheesecake. Once again, we in an open dorm. Dude comes in, little black, young black dude. He wasn't little. This dude was about, I don't know. He's probably about 6 foot, maybe even 6'1". He was young though, maybe about 25. Black dude, had the little baby locks, baby dreads or whatever. Just now starting them. Loud, obnoxious. He had to weigh every bit of. This dude had to have been 240, 250. This dude was a gorilla. I'm talking about a gorilla. And when I say gorilla, I'm just figuratively speaking. This dude was big, strong, loud, young, and aggressive. He comes into the bay one day. He goes to his little bed area or whatever. In the bed area, it's called a cube. You got 4 people. 2 people on one side. You got your lower bunk, your upper bunk. 2 people on the other side. So when you first walk into the cube, I'm painting a picture for you. When you first walk into the cube, there's a wall that's probably, I don't know, maybe 3.5, 4 feet high, 4 foot high. You look to your left, you got your set of bunk beds, which they call them racks, but essentially they're bunk beds. You look to your right, you got your set on the right-hand side. If you go straight back, that's where your table's at. To the left of the table, you got 2 lockers. Then when you look to the right-hand side, the same thing. You got 2 lockers on the right-hand side. That was your area, 4 people in that area, and you got 1 chair. If you got a TV, you got at the end of your bunk, you got like TV stands. So if you have a TV, you can hook your TV on the TV stand, lay in your bed, watch TV or whatever. Dude comes in the area, in the bed area. You got this white dude, man. Now, the white dude was probably about 5'11". He was probably 40 years old, if I had to guess, maybe late 30s. Walked with a hunch. Hunch in his back. Didn't even stand all the way up. Probably weighed about 170, 175. Cool dude. Didn't bother. Long hair. Dude didn't bother nobody, man. When I say he was cool, give you the shirt off of his back. Literally. Would give you the shirt off of his back. He's sitting on his bed, man. He's so happy. It's his birthday. He got him a cheesecake out of the commissary. Commissary, they sell cheesecakes. He made him up a cheesecake, and he's sitting there, and he's eating his cheesecake, man. And like I said, he's got a smile on his face. He's so happy. Young dude comes in. Young and aggressive. We gonna just refer to him as young and aggressive, because I don't even remember his name. He comes in. He's hype. He's straight off the weight pile. He been out there. He done probably threw up 400. So he feeling real good. Got his shirt off. Yeah, what's up? He's hype. Nobody thought anything of it. They so used to him being loud, it wasn't really a big deal. Piece that cheesecake, man. It was one of those smaller cheesecakes. He's like, I would, man, but shoot, I don't got that much left. Young and aggressive. Come on, man. Piece that motherfucking cheesecake, nigga. Come on, man. It's my birthday, man. I ain't, I'm I give you the shirt off my back, man, but I just want to enjoy my cheesecake. That's all I want. He's sitting there, he's eating his cake. Again, nobody really took the youngster too serious. Not necessarily that they ain't take him serious, but they've seen it and heard it before. They were used to his loud, obnoxious behavior. Come on, bruh, it's for us, man. You ain't gonna give me none of it for real. All the things I done gave you, like, bro, I'm just saying, I'm just trying to eat my cheesecake, man. I'm not causing no trouble. I don't have no problem with you, man. I don't have no problem with you, brother. Young and aggressive takes his finger, sticks it in dude's cheesecake, and licks his finger. Then he takes his finger and sticks it back in the cheesecake and licks his finger again. Starts sucking on his finger. Pause. He was like, why did you do that, man? Why you got to go and ruin my birthday, man? Why you got to go and ruin my cheesecake? Dude didn't get a lot of money sent in. He didn't have anybody on the outside looking out for him. People in the dorm would look out for him because he was just a cool dude. You eat and you can hear, man, you want some of this chicken, man? You want one of these hot dogs, Polish sausage? You want one of these burgers or whatever? He was just a cool individual. Why did you do that, brother? You didn't have to. What I told you, man, I give you anything, man, but you did not have to stick your finger in my cheesecake. Well, shoot, where I'm from, man, we don't like it, we do something. I mean, I can't tell I did something wrong. My mouth ain't bleeding. Another ignorant penitentiary lingo. My shirt ain't red, meaning that there's no blood on my shirt. Well, he didn't have a shirt on. My mouth ain't bleeding. Make believe like I took the whole cheesecake and ate it. That's stupid stuff. Make believe like I took your whole cheesecake and ate it. Look, man, I don't want no trouble, man. Here, man, you can just have the cheesecake, man. I just cool, man. You done ruined my birthday or whatever. Young and aggressive. I told you, man, you don't like it, do something. I've been wanting you anyway. Listen, youngster, I don't got no problem with you, man. But please don't invade my space, man. Okay, I don't have no issues with you. Just please, I'm begging you, please stop, man. Please. I come in peace, man. I don't want no issues, no problems. Young and aggressive, man. He just kept running it. He's getting himself hyped up. He's going through his Hulkamania. You want to know something, brother? I got the largest pythons in the whole Department of Corrections, dude. Yeah, he was really going through that. Now, he literally wasn't talking like that, but that was the sort of demeanor. I'm an American. He get the flexing. Say your prayers, dude. Eat your vitamins. Dude finally stands up. I'm going to ask you one more time. Please, just leave me alone. I'm going to go cool off. I'm going to go outside, take a walk. He's trying to leave. Young and aggressive won't let him leave. Dude steps left, young and aggressive steps left. Dude steps right, young and aggressive steps right. So now he backs up. Dude, I'm going to ask you one more time. You can tell he's starting to get perturbed. He's starting to feel some type of way, as one would expect. Young and aggressive jumped like he was going to do something like in a fighting stance. They squared up. Young and aggressive squared up. Square up! Square up! Y'all not familiar with that? Go back and watch my video titled Square Up. And you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It means put your hands up. It's going to go down. Man, that white dude hit young and aggressive so hard. I've never seen nobody get hit that hard in my life. Boom! All you heard was like a thumping noise. Hit him with a right. Boom! Came back with a left. Boom! Hit him with another right. Boom! Hit him about 3 or 4 times. Hit him so hard that dude was knocked out on his feet. Remember I said there was a wall maybe about 4 foot high? He's up against the wall and he's out, standing up. I asked you to leave me alone. That's all you had to do. Boom! And he's hitting him and it's so flush. Like, the dude know how to fight. You never would have imagined that this dude had hands. We come to find out that he knew MMA, but he just never said anything. He was humble. He never bothered anybody. He had let a couple things go to where he could have gotten in a fight before, but he didn't want any sort of drama or friction. He's hitting that dude, like I said, young and aggressive, and every time he hits him, it's like a thump. Boom, boom, boom. Once he started, it was over. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't going to stop. Man, it was blood flying everywhere, man. He hit him. Young and aggressive would wake up, hit him again, he'd go back to sleep. He was going to unalive that boy if he had kept on hitting him. I think somebody had ended up signaling to the CO or whatever. Remember, everything's glass. COs ran in there. They can't believe it because this dude didn't bother nobody. He was so quiet. They had like some styrofoam boxes that was in the cubicle, the cube area or whatever. There was a couple of them it was so much blood, they was full of blood. It was blood everywhere, all on people's sheets, all on the walls, all on the floor, the table. Dude, man, he bashed him. I'm talking about bashed him. Boom, boom. And he's throwing punches. And like I said, when he's throwing the punches, you could tell he's not just throwing wild punches. He's throwing tight, compact punches. And you watch his feet and he's gyrating his hips when he's paused, though, double pause, when he's swinging, when he's hitting them. And you watch his footwork, like, dude really knew how to fight. Man, they ended up taking dude or whatever. Police came in there. The youngster, he had a young and aggressive. They had to take him to the hospital. They didn't have to airlift him because we were at a camp. So the ambulance just took him to the University Kentucky hospital. Supposedly he had to have reconstructive surgery. I don't know. But I know he got pummeled. He absolutely got pummeled. And what's so crazy? The white dude that ended up going to the hole. Sorry to keep referring to him as the white dude, but I don't remember what name that I used. He ends up going to the hole. They let him out a few days later. Actually, he got sent behind the fence with a write-up. But the write-up ended up getting dismissed because he wasn't the aggressor. Once they did their investigation, then you had people that stepped up and said something. See, in the penitentiary with the lions, tigers, goons, gorillas, and birds, 9 times out of 10, ain't nobody going to say anything. But at a camp, it's always going to be somebody they're going to slide a note or they're going to slide in the office. Hey, man, dude was just defending himself. He didn't do anything. Plus, it was a white dude versus a black dude. And every time you have a white dude fighting a black dude in prison, it's kind of like, and if the white dude beats up the black dude, which happens quite often, don't get me wrong, black dudes beat up white dudes too. But it's like when that sort of thing happens, it's like the great white hope. You know what I mean? White dudes get real hyped when they see it. I mean, it's just what it is. But hey, let's not get it twisted. White dudes is tough, man. I talk about them all the time. Them dudes will bust your ass and they're not going to do too much talking. This white dude, he didn't do too much talking. He did a whole lot of pleading, but the pleading wasn't for himself. It was, he knew what he was going to do to young and aggressive. Like I said, a white dude, man, they ain't going to do too much talking. When it's getting ready, when it's time to thump, you hear these words, fuck you, motherfucker. Fuck you, whore. Once you hear that, you better make a decision. Leave him alone and go on about your day, or get ready to fight. Get ready to fight, by God. Because them white boys don't play. Fuck you, whore. You know it's about to go down. Had another situation that I've seen, and I'm gonna leave it at this. I've been on here long enough. I just wanted to give you all something to, like I said, take your mind off of work. You know, I know how it is. You get to listening to something and you enjoying the stories, and next thing you know, it's like, whoa, it's time to go. Situation in the county jail. It's another story that I've already told. County jail is very, very loud, obnoxious. You got youngsters in there. Once again, we in a pod. 10 to 12 man pod. Got a TV. Got a shower, toilet, a couple tables. And that's pretty much it. You know, you got your beds, top racks, bottom racks. You play dominoes. Slamming the bones. Boom! Slamming them on the table every time. Boom! Typically, you have a table, you have a blanket, rather, when you play dominoes. But what happens is they come in there and they do shakedowns, and they take, like, all the extra blankets, all the extra sheets, towels, and things like that, because people, they'll hoard those things. You look up and dude got 7, 8 towels. So when you got new people that come in, guess what? They don't have a towel. Yeah, they're not buying new towels for you when you come in jail. So you're gonna use a towel to wash off that somebody else has already used. So they'll come through every once in a while and they'll be like, look, man, we need extra uniforms, towels, or whatever. If we don't get this many, we shaking everybody down. So people will throw it like in a little laundry bin or whatever with the wheels on it. You know, like in the movies, penitentiary movies, and people's pushing the laundry bins and there's a body or something inside of it with the wheels. Yeah, they come through with that. People throw their towels or whatever. Nobody want to get shook down. So when they come through and take the extra blankets and things of that nature, when the dudes that play dominoes are playing dominoes, they don't have anything to put on the table. Now, those tables are like steel tables. Metal. I think it's steel tables. So when you playing dominoes, it's loud. Nobody wants to put their own blanket on the table, which I don't blame them. So they play dominoes with no blanket on the table. It's starting to get late. It's maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30. You got people in penitentiary that they stay up all night, sleep all day. I'm sorry, not the penitentiary. Let's rewind that. Do my manual rewind that Simon Campbell stole from me clearly. Let him know that I said it. I might add him on this video. Little friendly fun. County jail, not penitentiary. Stay up all night, sleep all day. And so when individuals are in there trying to sleep, and you got these loudmouth youngsters playing dominoes and slamming the dominoes, but it's 3 or 4 of them, so they feel as though, man, we'll jump you in here if you got something to say. OG, nicely, hey, bros. I know this is jail. I know it's not the library, but, you know, trying to get some sleep, man. Y'all slamming the bones. Y'all been playing for several hours, man. Is there any way y'all could maybe put a sheet or a blanket on the table or, you know, please, humbly, respectfully? You don't like it, OG? We don't respect our elders. You don't like it, OG? Make bond. Boom! Slammed the bones again. Just disrespected him. Kept on slamming. They laughing. OG just kind of looks at him. You know, on that training day, how Denzel was? Every time somebody said something or threatened him or you know, said something out of the way, disrespectful. My nigga. That's how OG kind of looked at him. Didn't say anything else. Jumped back in his bed. Put his little earplugs back in. Proceeded to go to sleep. So they thought. This nigga, man, talking about be quiet. This is jail, nigga. This motherfucking jail. They talking, running it. It was really only the one that he talked to. The other ones wasn't really saying anything. OG waited. Eventually, these dudes ended up going to sleep. I know that I said that they stay up all night, but it wasn't like 7 days a week. Probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. The youngsters sleep. OG ain't sleep. He ain't forgot. There's a stool that they give you. Every pod has a stool. And it's kind of like a plastic stool, but at the bottom of it is heavy. And the stool is what you use like when you're sitting on the phone. You know, you're talking on the phone. You sit down on like the little stool or whatever. It's kind of hard to explain. But it's heavy at the bottom. Grabs that stool. The youngster's in his bed, sleep. Boom! Loud. You could just hear it. I was in the same dorm, but I wasn't in the same pod. Like, for instance, this was upstairs. So you got A, B, C, and D that's downstairs. Pods A, B, C, and D. And then you have pods E, F, G, and H upstairs. So I was in a pod to where, you know, I was upstairs. I could hear it, but I couldn't see it. Plus, it was 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm asleep. Boom! Hit him again. Yeah, I told you, little youngsters. Huh? You gonna disrespect me? You think you tough? Boom! And he's talking to him every time he hit him. He's talking cash, crazy to him. You little young ass punk, you gonna learn to respect me? Boom! 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 He's bashing him in his head with the heavy part of this stool. Big Hurt always talks about from Fresh Out prison series. He's always talking about wig splitters. This dude was a real live wig splitter. He split youngin's wig. Once again, I had to get him to the University of Kentucky Hospital. Once again, it was alleged that he had to have reconstructive plastic surgery on his face. I wouldn't doubt it. Because OG beat the brakes off of him, man. Got to learn to respect your elders. You got to learn to respect people in general. That could happen out here on the streets. People have guns on the streets, though. But that very same thing could happen. Violence is the only thing that some people understand and respect in life, and especially in the penitentiary. even in a county jail. County jail, a lot of times, is worse than the pen. At least in the pen, you can get out, you get visits, contact visits, you get to walk around, you get some space, you go lift weights, but when you in that county jail and you in there all day long, 24 hours out of the day, the cell's only meant for 10 people at best, and it's 18, 19 people in the cell, 20 people, 25, and some county jail. See, locking people up is a business. It's a business to lock people up. That's why you have all these private prisons. Sure, certain judges probably get kickbacks because you got to keep these beds full. So you have, what do you call it? Enhanced sentencing. You go steal something out of Walmart. No, you shouldn't steal out of Walmart. But you go steal something out of Walmart. You facing 1 to 5. Oh, well, 4 years ago, you got out of prison. Or you had a conviction 7 years ago. So guess what? Now, instead of facing 1 to 5, we're going to enhance your sentence to 5 to 10. And if you had 2 prior felonies, now you're facing 10 to 20. Got to keep them beds full. So it gets very, very violent in prison, and it definitely gets violent in the county jail. And this was one case. This was one of the many cases, but this was probably the worst. And he beat little youngster to death. And you couldn't even feel sorry for little youngster because the OG was 5'11". So we should have known, being that he was 5'11", that you can't mess with nobody that's 5'11". You heard me? And he asked him nicely, respectfully, bro, could you all please? I'm just trying to sleep, bro. I'm not saying you got to be silent, but I mean, you all just slamming the bones. There's no, blanket, and there's no sheet. Go ahead on, nigga. Motherfucking jail, nigga. You don't like it, man. Make bun. Bam! Slam the bones again. Domino, motherfucker. I'm going to start bringing you all more of these videos. More of these audios. Late night. Typically, I would probably wait until the morning to upload it. I might just upload it tonight so that the people that are working third shift can actually have something to listen to. Not sure what I'm going to call it yet, but I'm working on doing my true crime stories. My first video is going to be about an individual that he married his wife, thought that everything was good. Everything was good. Honeymoon stages, what have you. About a year or so later, she started to act kind of weird. Started to hide her phone. Started to be gone more. He finds out something that he never in his wildest dreams could have imagined. That's going to be my first story. These are true crime stories that I'm getting from other websites or TV shows. I'm just going to tell them in my own unique way. And I'm going to start bringing you all those a couple times a week, along with my stories. Real Kenz TV. Hopefully you like the audio. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And be sure to hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. Y'all enjoy your morning.